Hi, I'm Julia Boland. Welcome to my channel where I bring transparency to the very complicated New York City real estate market. As someone who's been deeply immersed in the Manhattan real estate market for over the past 2 decades, I'm here to bring you a thorough analysis which will help you understand where we are today. No fluff, just facts and figures. Let's start with the big picture. In the first quarter of the year, the Manhattan market showed remarkable strength. For the 4th time in the past 2 decades, all major indicators improved, which is very rare and shows positive momentum. We saw a 14% year-over-year increase in closed sales with nearly 2,700 transactions, and total sales volume surged to above $6 billion. This is the highest first quarter gain we've seen in 3 years. So what's driving this growth? It's strong buyer demand coupled with a shrinking inventory position. As we enter the second quarter of 2025, which of course is the spring market, we see an inventory level we haven't seen in the past 10 years with only 6,200 homes on the market for sale in Manhattan. The supply, of course, is a critical piece of the puzzle, and we are going to dive a little bit deeper into that in the next segment. New listings have dropped to an 11-year low. We're at 4,500 as we enter the spring market. And part of what that shrinking inventory is all about has to do with buyers who are staying where they are because they're locked in with a low mortgage rate. But it also has to do with the fact that we're not seeing as much new development come onto the market. The pipeline has shrunken, and we're not likely to see anything for the rest of the year that will substantially change the inventory position. So as a result, we're seeing median prices climb across the board. The median price in Manhattan, meaning 50% of the transactions are done below, 15% of the transactions are above this price, is up 12% year over year to $1,175,000. But not all areas are seeing these dynamics. It is definitely being witnessed across the board in the luxury market, $5 million and above. But if you are in a lower price category, 3 million and below, even 1 million and below, you've probably been having trouble moving your property as a seller. Well, I've got good news for you, which is I am seeing that buyer in the market who's below $1 million return. And that's because the rental prices hit an all-time high this year. Now, jumping back to the luxury market, if you will, that inventory is down 9%, and yet we're still seeing robust activity with signed contracts. So if you are sitting on a property that you know is realistically valued over $5 million and you're thinking of selling, this could be your time, especially if you are in a certain neighborhood where inventory is tight. Stay with me and we're going to take a look at that. Okay, looking at specific submarkets. The Upper East Side has very low supply, especially for those larger apartments, 3 bedrooms and above. That's very low and has been now for 2 consecutive quarters. Upper West Side saw tremendous sales last quarter. They are also low. It's usually with the larger homes that we're seeing this demand because remember, it's a luxury market, $5 million and above, that's quite strong. Downtown is showing signs of recovery. After 10 consecutive quarters of decline, sales there have increased for the second quarter in a row. The carve out there, though, would be the financial district and Battery Park area. And that is because in the financial district, there's still quite a bit of inventory, much of it being offered at prices that are above what the market will bear. Okay, so what does this mean for you if you are a buyer or a seller? For buyers, it's crucial to understand that inventory is tight in certain neighborhoods. So if you want a strategy, what I would recommend is if you are looking downtown, you're not finding what you want, consider Midtown. In Midtown, there's a lot more property on offer. Same if you're looking on the Upper East or Upper West Side, can't find what you want at the same price. Take a look at Northern Manhattan. There you will find more supply. Many of the product that's on offer right now is new development or at least a resale of a new development from the past 10 years, and that is worth considering. I have a theory about why Northern Manhattan, and in particular, Central Harlem, is lagging behind where it used to be. I talked about it in depth with Urban Digs when I was on their podcast recently, and I'm going to put a link to that in the description of this video so you can go and take a look at that. Ultimately, the first quarter of 2025 showed a clear pattern, which is strong demand and lower inventory levels. And I'm not expecting that lower inventory levels to become dramatic like we've seen in the rest of the country, but I am expecting it to be persistent, at least for the rest of the year. And you might be thinking to yourself, Julia, how can you be saying all these positive things about the real estate market when there's so much global uncertainty economically? And while that's true, you need a place to live. Many people are choosing to make Manhattan their home, and the rental prices are high. Even at mortgage rates where they are today, it is driving demand. As a real estate professional with over 24 years in the Manhattan market, my goal is to provide you with the information, strategies, and insights that will help you navigate this complex, competitive landscape. Now, if you want to do a deep dive for your particular situation, please reach out to me. I would be happy to talk to you, even if you're not thinking of buying or selling within the next year and just want to get an idea of what you should be thinking about to position yourself even for a sale or a purchase in 2026. Thank you for watching. I'm here to help you make an informed decision and understand what's truly going on in the market. Be sure to subscribe for more in-depth insights. I do these quarterly reports on a quarterly basis, and I do write a weekly blog. So if you want to check out my blogs, you can go to thebolandteamnyc.com and check out our blogs there for more insights and more updates on the Manhattan real estate market.